This is Ann Gibbons reporting from the Freeman early Sunday morning. This is a view from my front yard. I now have lakefront property, and I imagine your front yards look the same. Stay with us for the day as we report on Hurricane Irene. I'm here on the New York State Thruway, which is nearly deserted. Usually at this time on Sunday, it's teeming with cars heading back from Lake George or south from the Adirondacks towards New York City and New Jersey. And the wind, which is blowing pretty hard here, is throwing the wind around, making visibility rather difficult. This is just one view from the Thruway of what's happening on the roadsides, making them somewhat treacherous. This little stream, this little flood of water here is going to overflow shortly and probably flood over the roadway. As you can see, the sides of the roadways are already starting to fill up with water because of the heavy rains from overnight. And more is on the way. My little Aveo from Sawyer Chevrolet has seen me through the worst of winter and now is seeing me through the worst of this wild weather. We call this little Aveo zippy because it can really zip along the roadway, but I am doing a very modest and safe 55 miles an hour as I continue my way towards the Freeman. This is the service area just north of Kingston exit, and as you can see, it's deserted. At this time in the morning, on Sunday morning, people would usually be stopping here for their Starbucks coffee on their way home. This is a view of the Sawkill. It's flowing pretty fast, it's flowing very dark, it's moving, and it is flooding the adjacent areas.
And Sunday, scenes like this were typical. Roads were flooded and trees down on streets like Stuyvesant.
And just that we can't keep up with the water because there's so much flow, especially the uptown area.
Ed Boyle, the Assistant Superintendent of Public Works for the City of Kingston, said things were especially treacherous Sunday morning.
People shouldn't even be out today. They should stay home, and probably 20% of the streets are blocked because of wires down and flooded catch basins. I'm trying my best.
At about 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, this is what the street looks like here on the corner of Main and Emerson. As you can see, water already close to knee level.
Fran Kaplan, who lives on Main Street in Kingston, was concerned for her neighbors. Flooding was a real problem here in Uptown.
But yeah, it's all the way up to my steps. My whole lawn is engulfed.
Richard McCormick was one of those Uptown Kingston residents badly affected by the storm. His basement was flooded, and he was getting assistance from the Kingston Fire Department.
I haven't got a backup system into it or a generator, so if I had either, which my neighbor has, I'd be in better shape.
Well, I think we're just being overrun by water, so we're trying. Unfortunately, I think most of the pumps in the city that the fire department has are out being used. I have the hazmat truck here, and we just have a generator, so I'm trying to fuel everybody's sump pump in this area. Anybody can get electric to right now.
But the storm didn't seem to bother people like Rick Wardell of Main Street here in Kingston. He was out walking his dog, Arthur. That didn't seem to bother the dog one bit.
Well, he doesn't mind it too much. It actually makes him go quicker.
For Arvell Johnson of Kingston, who's originally from Jamaica, this was no big deal.
This is just rainy season in Jamaica.
But it was a big deal for public officials who were trying to keep up. By 11 a.m., 43% of Ulster County residents were without power, and the rains had overwhelmed many municipalities like the towns of Ulster, Gardner, and Ellenville, all declaring states of emergency. Here in Uptown Kingston for the Daily Freeman, I'm Paula Mitchell reporting.
I'm down here at the Rondout. My mother always said I was a nosy Rose, and I guess that's why I'm a reporter. Down here at the Rondout, and as you can see, it's pretty far up, and the bridge has some water streaming from it. And let's see how it looks farther down on this. The cautionary sign is up, warning that the road may flood. But so far, no flooding down here, just a lot. DPW does have a warning barrier up, but so far, just a lot of bugs. It looks as if this section of the city is without power because the traffic signals aren't working on the junction of Broadway and Kerrigan Drive. The gas stations on Broadway are open. And the Little Kingston Deli. on Broadway is open and doing business.
No, the registers are on a backup battery, so.
This is Ann Gibbons from the Freeman. I'm here at the Dunkin' Donuts on Broadway with Jason and Tina Drury, your son Mike. Tina, you're going to be the spokesperson. How come you're here at Dunkin' Donuts?
We have no power.
Yeah, and whereabouts are you living?
Delaware Avenue.
Yes, and you said, and Jason, you said a lot of downed trees.
Yeah.
Down on Lower Delaware. I'm here at Dunkin' Donuts, and we had a little scare here. The power went out for a couple of minutes, and this is I'm speaking with Samantha. And Samantha, you've been busy this morning.
Slightly more people than I thought. So
Why do you think that is?
it's cold. Everybody wants to coffee.
Here I am at the Daily Freeman. I'm soaking wet, which probably serves me right for being so curious and being out in this powerful storm. Stay with us as we update you on what's happening with Hurricane Irene. This is Ann Gibbons reporting for the Daily Freeman.